Wanted to gift her something like the back little baggie. It's as big as my head. Saturday, December 28th, and this morning I kind of have the idea of making or designing a new pattern because my sister's birthday was yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. 27th, and we didn't get to do any like celebration or wanted to gift her something. And my sister-in-law had mentioned that she really liked this yarn when they went to Joann's. So this one's like a black yarn with like speckled white, and then it is from Burnett, Yarnspiration Burnett Lattice, and it's a really nice like yarn. Like it doesn't have a lot of fuzz, but it'd be a really nice blanket for like really nice yarn for a blanket. Like this remind me of the pink blanket that I usually have, but I like this material. So anyway, my sister-in-law was saying that she likes that my sister she's been wanting like a hooded scarf, and so I had the idea that I'm going to create a herringbone hooded scarf. So the reason why I like this herringbone stitch so much is because for me it's pretty fun. You go one row straight of the same one, like working in the right side, and then if you're working in the next round you have to work from the wrong side of the work in order for you to create this like nice herringbone stitch. And so I love that stitch, but I know for some people it can be a little difficult because working from the back is difficult, and then also counting the stitches can be a little bit messy just because the slanted kind of confuses people from counting the stitch. But I'm going to show you the process of how I design this hooded scarf today. So I kind of have an idea of how I'm going to do it. I'm going to show you my picture. It's really ugly. I'm not that great at drawing, but it's going to be a nice big long rectangle like this, and then I'm going to create a really long rectangle that can go at the top of the head here, and I'll figure that part out once I finish this, and I'll show you that later how I do it. But I just wrote down here that I'm going to do a little gauge swatch, and we'll figure out what hook size we're using and then the yarn that we're using, which I already have. So I'm just going to write everything here. And before I move on to creating that hooded scarf, because I want to write a pattern and be able to publish it online, I went online to like Etsy and just, online, Google search to see if there is a herringbone hooded scarf. And just from looking at the top of Etsy's first page, they don't have a herringbone hooded scarf. So there's a lot of regular double crochet or single crochet or half double crochet. There's a lot of the shell stitch. There's a lot of knitting ones. They have some granny square kinds. They've got some other cool stitches as well. And then they have some has a cat ears and some of them with flowers and really pretty, really cool stuff. But I don't believe they have a herringbone stitch. I'm just going to do a little bit more searching to see if I can find any more of that. But I really think that I have a good start in creating my own pattern for this one. There is a herringbone cowl, but that's totally different. And there's one that's a really big cowl. Yeah, I think I'm gonna make a herringbone, a hooded scarf. That would be very nice for my sister because I think she'll like it. And I'm debating if I should add fringes, but I'm not sure yet at this time. So we'll start off with the scarf first, and then we'll decide on how the hood part is going to look, and then if there's going to be fringes or not, or if I'm going to do something different down there. But it's going to be this nice, lovely black and white sort of yarn. So just looking more into this information on the yarn ball of yarn. It is a medium 4 category weight yarn, and they're recommending a 5mm crochet hook to use. 54% polyester, 28% acrylic, and 18% nylon. So that should be pretty soft to work with. But I was debating about the hook sizes because usually most of the time when they recommend a hook size for a particular type of yarn, I've noticed that it tend to be a little bit more holey. But I also too don't want to spend a lot of time crocheting this item because I only have today to work on it. So I want to finish it today and then gift it tomorrow, because tomorrow we're gathering for her. We're going to be going out for her birthday. So either if I can do it and it still looks good with a 6mm hook, I'll go with that one. But if not, then I'll go back either to a 5.5 or a 5mm hook. So I'm going to give these a try, and we're going to do a little bit of a swatch of that herringbone stitch, and I'll show you what I got. Okay, so I'm stopping here because I noticed that it's impossible to see the stitches because it's black and it's white and it's speckled, so there's no point in making a herringbone stitch with this kind of yarn. I think I might do a different stitch, because the thing is, you can look at it here. Like, you see how, like, because it's black and white and we're doing the herringbone stitches, it just doesn't make sense to work such a hard stitch on this kind of yarn, because you can't see the stitch because it's just black and white. It's just going to be a lot of work for not seeing the work. Does that make sense? Anyway, I think I'm going to come up with a different stitch, because I don't want to not be able to see the stitch when it's such a pretty stitch. So when I figure out which one I'm going to use, I'll let you know. Okay, so I was going to do a waffle stitch, which is pretty fast to make, and I kind of like it, but my sister can be a little picky. And it does have quite a bit of holes. So I'm kind of debating if it would be something she might like, because I feel like she wouldn't, because it's so holey. So I'm gonna try a different stitch. Yeah, I'm gonna try a different stitch and see if I can find something that's not as holey. Otherwise, I can always go down the size of my hook, because I was using like a 6mm hook to do it. I can go down, but I know it's still going to be a lot of hole. And then now I have to make more, because I have to crochet more because the hook size is smaller. We're going to do some figuring out. I have a really cool idea. I just got really inspired by this stitch in A Complete Book of Crochet Stitch Designs, 500 Classic and Original Pattern by Linda P. Schaffer. So on page 84, it's one of those V stitches. Did I break my book? Okay, anyway. You see this V stitch? It's a double crochet V stitch. I love the V stitch. I use the V stitch, the single crochet V stitch, using the single crochet stitch in it on Amelia's cardigan that I designed, which should be coming out sometimes this year, coming year. But I'm thinking to make it not have so much holes, maybe I can alternate each row with the regular V stitch, and then also add this double crochet V stitch. So it'll be kind of making sure I have, you know, the nice V stitch, but making sure I don't have so much holes. So I think I'm gonna try that out and just kind of see if it works out. I did place like a little stitch, like a marker on this other page over here. It's it didn't say what kind of stitch this is, but it's like an alternative, like almost like a kind of waving pattern, if you can see that. It's really pretty. I like this one, but it does have more holes, but it might work if my other stitch over here doesn't turn out that great. So I'm gonna try this one first, and then we'll see if that one would work well. Hopefully one of these work, because I don't want to keep looking in this book anymore. I want to start crocheting. 말하고 싶지만 that's just who we are. Crazy how we come so 의도치 않았던 속에 빠져버린 나 Yeah, pulling my heart astonishing. Your love got me looking for honesty, breaking me down like novelty. I know it's gonna be okay. Always knew someday I would be with you. Someday I would fall for you again. I could see you in the way I should. Too many times to count. 이랬다 저랬다 그래도 언제나 결론은 내 곁에 와. Loving me at my worst, wondering 우리 사랑해도 돼. Cause sometimes life is fair. Good morning. I think it's January. Is it 4th? 5th? 6th? One of these days. I haven't been keeping track. I've been home for like maybe about a week now. And when I don't work at the hospital, I don't really keep track of the days. So like I don't remember what day is what day. But I know it's Monday. My kids went back to school. They just finished their winter break. So I got time to whip up a couple of custom orders. And as you probably know, I don't do custom order just for any stranger. I only do them for like friends and family, just because it's easier to communicate with them about what they would like and how they would like me to deliver it or stuff like that, because I know them and I just feel more comfortable that way. But anyways, I had a coworker who requested these cute 2 rattles. And I got like these big rattles. You can hear it. Big ones that are so much better than the old ones that I had before. The old one I had before were these like small, kind of flat one. Can you hear the difference? Here, I'll do it again. Small one, big one. It's just so much better. So I put those bigger ones in these. And then I fill like most of its body with like the heavy poly pellets. So these are ready to go home, and I'm actually going to deliver them this week. And then another custom request, this is ginormous, is a big bee. It's as big as my head. If you turn on its side, though, it's way bigger. But I just freehanded this one. I just, decided it was going to be a nice round bumblebee with a little stinger at the back. And I freehanded this thing. It took me maybe like almost 2 hours to actually finish crocheting the body and also the wings. And then after that, I didn't keep track of time, but putting on the wing and then the eyes, I haven't even glued them on because I'm still, wanting to know what my customer wants, like if it's a smaller eyes or a bigger eyes. So I'm waiting for that, and then I should be able to send this to them. So I'm really excited. It's a really big bee, but after I freehanded this bee, I'm like, I probably just should write a pattern on this, because look at the detail of this wing. Look at those wings. It's pretty. Anyway, so I'll think about that. I'll think about it. I'm not sure. It'll be my first amigurumi pattern I would write, because I have not written one, and this is like the perfect challenge for me just because it's a really easy shape, and I know it's pretty similar to a lot of other bumblebees, like small ones, but this is a huge one, and it's got really nice stinger at the back and big wings. So let me know if you would like a pattern. Maybe I'll write it down. I'll think about it. But anyways, that's what I've been working on today. I just finished making this big bumblebee today. So I'll find out if they're gonna go with the small eyes or if they like the stinger or not. Because I might change it. depending on what the customer wants. So anyways, that's what I'm doing this morning. And the last couple days, like I haven't I felt like I was kind of getting antsy on crocheting because I haven't really been crocheting as much as usual. So I'm kind of like taking a little break from market prepping because I did, you know, quite a bit of market last winter, or my winter markets. So I am actually more focused on creating, like designing, and I'm working on my cardigan, and I just finished releasing my Bill's bucket hat, working on my cardigan. And so with me like just being so antsy, like I actually also like crocheted this one thing. So I crochet this with some beads. So it's like a head wrap. Let me see if I can. Sorry, I have like a bun at the back, but like it's like a head wrap, whatever. My sister said it looks like it's one for like, you know, putting your hair back when you're doing your makeup. I'm like, sure, if you like to use it like that. But I put beads on it just, you know, because I was wanting to use some bead and make a fuzzy yarn. But anyway, it's like the stretchy yarn. I can't remember what the yarn is from, but it's fuzzy and stretchy. So it's kind of hard to wear, for at least for me, because I have a flat head, as you can see, and it slides off really easy. So like I like to make this and it's fun, but I'm having a hard time wearing it. But it's also really cute. Like it's fuzzy and cute. Let me know what you think, because I was so antsy that I just had to make something. So I made this yesterday night, free-handed. I mean, I can work on a pattern too if you like, so let me know. So those are the stuff I've been working on. This week I'd like to get working on my crochet cardigan. I think it's the fourth, this cardigan, the one I just showed you not long ago, the Dahlia cardigan. So I worked on it for 2 years, just like my Bill's bucket hat, 2 years. Anyways, I made, this will be my fourth cardigan. So I've made enough. I need to get my math number, my pattern written down, and find somebody to grade it so that I can have all the sizes available. So I just need to decide some of the details on the pattern. But that's the goal this week, is to figure that out, and then I need to find out who can grade for me. So we'll see how this week goes, because I need to work on those math, so I'll let you know. So I'm just gonna go and get another ball of that white and black yarn that I used to make my sister's hoodie, scarf, whatever. But that would be at Joann. I need to go to Hobby Lobby because I've been really wanting to make some like polymer clay jewelry. So we're gonna go see Hobby Lobby and see what they have in store for us. No, I didn't get in trouble.
Not yet.
No. So yesterday I went to Hobby Lobby and bought some of my stuff, and I didn't get to show you because it's getting late. But I opened up all my things, and I just wanted to show you the stuff I got. I'm really into these like pinks and oranges and like brown colors. So I got these 2 packs. It was like 40% off of clay. So that was nice. And then I got a bunch of other colors like these. Oh, you can't even see it, huh? So like this one, this orange one, green, white, and kind of like a light pink. And there's more. Some browns, oranges, more pink, different pink, and green. And then a big white, because we always use white. And then I got some tools and some little shape maker thing. and then the glaze, a rollie. I don't know what they're called. A rollie. And then I got a board because the last time I did some clay stuff, we didn't have like the appropriate like tools to use, and we just did it on like one of my like cutting board for the Cricut machine, but we used the back of it, and it was an old cutting board, so I didn't really care. It was good enough to roll and stuff, but when you use like the knife, this little knife cutting thing, it cut into the back of the board. So I decided to get this one because it's made of glass, and so hopefully it will last. But my goal for getting into clay is I like clay, and these are oven baked clay, and they're like not messy like some of the other type of clay, so these are kind of like fun to build, and I've always been interested in it, and so I don't know how this is gonna turn out, but I wanted to try making some jewelry. What do you think? So I finally bought an extra yarn yesterday when I went to Joann's and finished up this hoodie scarf, and this is for my sister. I think it's actually kind of cute. I personally don't like this kind of stuff, but it's not bad. I mean, I think I might have made the hood a little too big, so I don't know, her head's a little bigger than mine, we'll see. But this hoodie is extra large, which she might like, right? I don't know. Yeah, for me it's a little too far out, and if you wanted to make this tight, then you can always pull it back if you like the back a little baggy. So I guess it's fine. I will ask her if she likes this. But anyway, I want to show you this part. My hair's a mess now. This part where the top of the hoodie is, I actually did a half double crochet stitch at the top of the hoodie in case she likes it this way. If you can see that, it's pointy, and it'll make the hoodie pointy at the back when I'm finished with this, but it's like pointy. But if she doesn't like that, she can always just use the other side and like seam block this project, which will give her a nice flat top. So it's up to her, but it's reversible. It's the same stitch back and front. So I think I'm basically done. I just need her opinion, because if she liked the hoodie, I'm gonna leave it as is. So I'm just gonna leave this like this. So it's basically one big scarf, down here attached to a hoodie. So I'll let you know what she thinks, but I'm officially done, and that required 2 balls of yarn. So I'll do that over here for her when she's here. But I am antsy to crochet, but I have a project I really need to work on, and I'm kind of debating if I should do that today. I kind of just want to sit and crochet. I mean, that's how I feel like every single day. It's quite difficult to be a crocheter and a business owner because I just want to crochet. Like, I just want to like make things. It's so hard to like. I like designing. I like creating things, but then when it comes to like writing it down, that's like the most difficult part, is writing things down, doing the math and putting it on paper. And I think for me as a designer, that's the challenge. And it's probably one of the reasons why like I feel like I'm so behind with my project. But right now, I just finished making some like clay stuff, and I'm like really in the mood to like just make things with my fingers. So I think I'm gonna just make until I like don't feel like making, and then I'll probably switch over to figuring out my pattern. I think that's what I'm gonna do, because if I'm not in the mood to do it, I feel like I don't do as great of a job. Yeah. All done. It's actually really cute, and it was really easy to make. Yeah, this is one of the easiest cat I've made. I'm surprised I didn't get onto this pattern yet. And this is by Knots Mary Yarn, and I follow her on Instagram, and I actually tested one of her pattern not long ago. I've always followed her for a while, but like I never really like tried making any of her pattern. I think they're really cute. Her colors are really bright and like pastel and bright colors and stuff, which I'm totally like the opposite of, but I do like her cat pattern, and I just did it today, and it's really cute. I think I'm gonna make some more of these because they're like perfect. Okay, yeah, some more. I think I'm gonna do another brown one, and then I may do some other colors.
An addiction. Nothing dramatic.
I'm a chicken.
Gambling.
You're a chicken?
Yep.
When I heard the call, I gave it up completely. I never felt the Tourette's after mixed and nauseous.
What are you doing?
But then